So now we are live. So today Chaitanya Charitamrita recitations by Gayatri Mataji and Sandeep Prabhuji. Mataji and Prabhuji, when you are ready.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Yes, Prabhuji, we are ready. Acharyam Mam.
Would you like to start with Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudeva 3 times and then the verses, Mataji and Prabhuji?
Yes, Prabhu. Sorry, I didn't realize. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Acharyam Mam Vijaniyan Navamanyeta Karhichit Namartya Buddhi Yasyutya Sarvadeva Mayo Guruhu.
Translation by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. One should know the Acharya as myself and never disrespect him in any way. One should not envy him, thinking him an ordinary man, for he is the representative of all the demigods. Purport.
48, text 48. Prabhu, can you scroll a little? Oh, 47, sorry. शिक्षा गुरु के ता जाने कृष्णेर स्वरूपा अंतर्यामी भक्त श्रेष्ठ एदुई रूपा.
One should know the instructing spiritual master to be the personality of Krishna. Lord Krishna manifests himself as the super soul and as the greatest devotee of the Lord.
Text 48. Naivopayantye apachitim kavayastavesha brahmayasyapi kritam riddha mudha smarantaha yonyat yoantyar bahistanu bhritam ashubham vidhunvan acharya chaitya vapusha swagatim vyanati.
O my Lord, transcendental poets and experts in spiritual science could not fully express their in-depthness to you, even if they were endowed with the prolonged lifetime of Brahma, for you appear in two features, externally as the Acharya and internally as the Super Soul, to deliver the embodied living being by directing him how to come to you.
Text 49. Tesham sataya yuktanam bhajatam pritipurvakam dadami buddhi yogam tam yena mam upayanti te.
To those who are constantly devoted to serving me with love, I give the understanding by which they can come to me.
Text 50. Yatha brahmane bhagavan swayam upadishyanu bhavittavan.
The Supreme Personality of Godhead, Swayam Bhagavan, taught Brahma and made him self-realized.
Text 51. Jnanam parama guhyam me yadvijnana samanvitam sarahasyam tadangam cha grahana gaditam maya.
Please hear attentively what I shall speak to you, for transcendental knowledge about me is not only scientific, but also full of mysteries.
Text 52. Yavanaham yatha bhavo yadrupa gunakarmakah tathaiva tattva vijnanam astu te madanugrahat.
By my causeless mercy, be enlightened in truth about my personality, manifestations, qualities, and pastimes.
Text 53. अहम् एवेशम् एवाग्रे नान्यत् यत्सद् असत् परं पश्चादहं यद् एतच्च यो व्यसिष्येत अस्म्यहम्.
Prior to the cosmic creation, only I exist and no phenomena exists, either gross, subtle, or primordial. After creation, only I exist in everything, and after annihilation, only I remain eternally.
Text 54. ऋतेरृतं यत् प्रतीयेत न प्रतीयेत चात्मनि तद्विद्याद् आत्मनो मायं यथा भासो यथा तमः.
What appears to be truth without me is certainly my illusory energy, for nothing can exist without me. It is like a reflection of a real light in the shadows, for in the light there are neither shadows nor reflections.
Text 55. यता महान्ति भूतानि भूतेषु चेष्वनु प्रविष्ट्यानि अप्रविष्टानि तथा तेषु न तेषु तेष्वहम्.
As the material elements enter the bodies of all living beings and yet remain outside them all, I exist within all material creations and yet am not within them.
Text 56. एतावदेव जिज्ञासं तत्त्वजिज्ञासुनात्मनः अन्वयाव्यतिरेकाभ्यां यत् स्यात् सर्वत्र सर्वदा.
A person interested in transcendental knowledge must therefore always directly and indirectly inquire about it to know the all-pervading truth.
Text 57. चिन्तामणिर् जयति सोमगिरिर्गुरुर्मे शिक्षा गुरुश्च भगवान् शिक्किपिञ्च मौलिः यत्पादकल्पतरुपल्लव शेखरेषु लीलस्वयंवर रसं लभते जयश्रीः.
All glories to Chintamani and my initiating spiritual master Somagiri. All glories to my instructing spiritual master, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who wears peacock feathers in his crown. Under the shade of his lotus feet, which are like desired trees, Jayashri Radharani enjoys the transcendental mellow of an eternal consort.
Text 58. जीवे साक्षात् नाहि तत्ताते गुरु चित्यारूपे चैत्यरूपे शिक्षा गुरुहया कृष्ण महान्त स्वरूपे.
Since one cannot visually experience the presence of the Super Soul, he appears before us as a liberated devotee. Such a spiritual master is none other than Krishna himself.
Text 59. Tato दुःसङ्गम् उत्सृज्य सत्सु सज्जेत बुद्धिमान् सन्त एवस्य चिन्दन्ति मनोव्यासङ्गम् उक्तिभिः.
One should therefore avoid bad company and associate only with devotees. With their realized instructions, such saints can cut the knot connecting one with activities unfavorable to devotional service.
Text 60. Satam prasangan mama virya samvido bhavanti hritkarna rasayana kataha tajoshanad अपवर्गवर्त्मानि श्रद्धारतिर्भक्तिरनुक्रमिष्यति.
The spiritually powerful message of Godhead can be properly discussed only in a society of devotees, and it is greatly pleasing to hear in that association. If one hears from devotees, the way of transcendental experience quickly opens, and gradually one attains firm faith that in due course develops into attraction and devotion.
Text 61. ईश्वर स्वरूप भक्त तान्रा अधिष्ठाना भक्तेर हृदये कृष्णेर सतत विश्रामा.
A pure devotee constantly engaged in the loving service of the Lord is identical with the Lord, who is always seated in his heart.
Text 62. Sadhavo hrudayam mahyam sadhunam hrudayam tvaham mad anyatena janati naham tebhyo manag api.
Saints are my heart, and only I am their hearts. They do not know anyone but me, and therefore I do not recognize anyone besides them as mine.
Text 63. Bhavadvidha bhagavatas tirtha bhuta swayam vibho tirthi kurvanti tirthani swantah stena gadha brita.
Saints of your caliber are themselves places of pilgrimage. Because of their purity, they are constant companions of the Lord, and therefore they can purify even the places of pilgrimage.
Text 64. Sai bhakta gana haya dvidha prakara parishad gana eka sadhaka gana ara.
Such pure devotees are of two types: personal associates, parishad, and neophyte devotees, sadhakas.
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Mataji and Hare Krishna Sandeep Prabhuji. Very beautiful recitations.
Please forgive all our mistakes, Prabhu. Thank you. Hare
It is
Krishna.
very nicely, Mataji. So it contains many of the Sanskrit verses from Bhagavatam and Bhagavad Gita. If we just do it once or twice before we do it, it will come very nicely, because we would be first time when we do it, it is very strange for us. Second time, we are a bit familiar. When we do it third time, we know already these words to utter. And when we are doing in the Sangha, it will come very fluently. So just only the practice only. They are not very difficult, but you have done very nice and beautiful. Thank you so much, Mataji and Prabhuji.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Thank you,
Hare
Prabhuji.
Krishna.
Thank you.
Yes, we will continue to learn more, Prabhuji.
Thank you, Mataji. Okay, shall we move on? And we got the devotees joined here. Hare Krishna, Chaitanya Mataji, Dandavat Pranam, Meena Mataji, Dandavat Pranam, Asha Mataji, Dandavat Pranam. Thank you for joining. And Shri Govindas Prabhuji and Sukdev Mataji, Dandavat Pranam, all those to Srila Prabhupada.
Dandavat pranam, Prabhu.
Dandavat pranam. Hare
Thank you,
Krishna.
Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Hare
Hare Krishna, Dandavat Pranam Prabhuji, and all glories to Srila
Hare
Prabhupada.
Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Okay, so we shall move to the next part. It is the Japa session. Before we start Japa, can I request if there are any children? Pranshu Prabhu is there, Mataji, to do step for mantra tutor. Then we shall start Japa.
Just a second, Prabhuji. Oh, Prabhu, I can't see him. I think he's playing in the garden, so maybe. Yeah,
Yes.
Prabhu can do it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैता गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्त वृंदा। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैता गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्त वृंदा। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैता गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्त वृंदा। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे।
Wherever is possible, can we unmute and chant loudly as much as possible?
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
हरे श्री कृष्ण हरे राम 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 हरे हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे
Hare Rama, Rama
हरे
Hare Hare,
श्री कृष्ण
Krishna Hare
हरे
Krishna,
राम
Krishna
राम
Hare
राम
Hare,
हरे
Hare
कृष्ण
Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
हरे
Hare
श्री
Krishna, Krishna
कृष्ण
Krishna,
हरे
Hare
राम
Hare, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
हरे
Hare
श्री
Hare, Hare
कृष्ण
Rama,
हरे राम राम
Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama,
हरे
Rama,
श्री
Hare
कृष्ण
Hare,
हरे
Hare
राम
Krishna, Hare
राम
Krishna,
हरे
Krishna Krishna,
श्री कृष्ण हरे
Hare
राम
Rama,
राम
Hare
हरे
Krishna,
श्री
Hare
कृष्ण
Krishna,
हरे
Krishna
राम
Krishna,
राम
Hare
राम
Hare
हरे
Rama,
श्री कृष्ण
Hare
हरे
Rama,
राम
Hare Hare,
राम
Hare
हरे
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
हरे
Hare
श्री कृष्ण हरे राम राम राम
Hare
हरे
Krishna,
श्री
Hare
कृष्ण
Krishna,
हरे
Krishna
राम
Krishna,
राम
Hare Hare,
राम
Hare
हरे
Rama,
श्री कृष्ण
Hare
हरे राम 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 हरे श्री कृष्ण हरे
Hare
राम
Rama,
राम
Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
हरे
Hare
श्री कृष्ण हरे राम 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 हरे श्री कृष्ण हरे राम
Hare
राम राम
Hare Krishna, Hare
हरे
Krishna,
श्री कृष्ण हरे राम राम राम
Rama
हरे
Hare Hare,
श्री कृष्ण
Hare
हरे
Krishna,
राम
Hare
राम राम
Hare Hare,
हरे
Hare
श्री
Rama, Hare
कृष्ण
Rama,
हरे
Rama
राम
Rama,
राम
Hare Hare,
हरे
Hare
श्री
Krishna,
कृष्ण
Hare
हरे
Krishna,
राम
Krishna
कृष्ण
Krishna, Hare
हरे
Hare,
राम
Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
हरे श्री
Hare
कृष्ण
Krishna,
हरे
Hare
राम
Krishna,
राम
Krishna
राम
Krishna,
हरे
Hare
श्री
Hare,
कृष्ण
Rama
हरे
Hare Rama,
राम
Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
राम
Hare
राम
Krishna, Hare
हरे
Rama,
कृष्ण
Rama Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
हरे
Hare
श्री
Krishna,
कृष्ण
Hare
हरे
Krishna,
राम
Krishna
राम
Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare
हरे
Krishna,
श्री
Krishna
कृष्ण
Krishna,
हरे
Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
हरे
Hare,
श्री
Hare Rama,
कृष्ण
Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama,
हरे
Hare
श्री
Hare,
कृष्ण हरे
Hare
राम
Krishna,
राम
Hare
राम
Krishna,
हरे
Krishna
कृष्ण
Krishna,
हरे
Krishna
राम
Krishna,
राम
Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
हरे
Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare
हरे
Krishna, Hare
हरे
Krishna,
राम
Krishna
राम
Krishna, Hare
हरे
Hare,
कृष्ण
Hare
हरे
Rama,
राम
Hare
राम
Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
हरे
Hare,
श्री
Rama,
राम
Hare
राम
Rama,
राम
Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
हरे
Hare
राम
Krishna, Krishna
राम
Krishna,
हरे
Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
हरे
Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama,
हरे
Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, H Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare 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 Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare 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 Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Rama Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Hare Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Hare Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna Hare
Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Ram Hare Krishna 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare 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 Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Ram Hare Hare. जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद। हरे कृष्ण। Hare Krishna, dear devotees, if anyone has not yet completed the chanting, there one round of chanting, so kindly complete in the behind and the background. Meanwhile, we shall move into the next part of our program, it is the Kirtan. So today our Kirtaniyas are by Shri Govindas Prabhuji and Sukhya Gopi Mataji. And we also have got devotees joined to welcome. Hare Krishna, Gauringi Devi Mataji, Dandavat Pranam, and Adi-lila Mataji, Dandavat Pranam.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Hare Krishna dear devotees, all please accept my humble obeisance and all those to Srila Prabhupada. Hare Bol, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam.
Dandavat Pranam Mataji, and Usha Mataji, Dandavat Pranam. And Hare Krishna Prabhupada. Okay, so, and Shri Govindas Prabhuji and Sukhya Gopi Mataji.
Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Would you like to sing any Kirtan or you want to do?
No, we'll do Mahamantra.
Yeah, sure, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, राम राम हरे हरे
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
हरे राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे
Hare Krishna,
कृष्णा कृष्णा हरे हरे
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे
Hare Krishna,
कृष्णा कृष्णा हरे हरे
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
जय राधा गोविंद गोविंद श्री राधे
Jaya Radha Govinda, Radha Govinda,
राधा गोविंद श्री राधे जय राधा गोकुलानंद राधा गोकुलानंद श्री राधे
Jaya Radha Gokulananda, Radha Gokulananda, Radha Gokulananda Shri Radhe.
जय सीताराम लक्ष्मण हनुमान जय सीताराम लक्ष्मण हनुमान
Jaya Sita Ram Lakshman Hanuman, Jaya Sita Ram Lakshman Hanuman.
जय जगन्नाथा जय बलदेवा जय सुभद्रा
Jaya Jagannath, Jaya Jagannath, Jaya Baladeva, Jaya Subhadra.
जय गौरनिताय जय गौरनिताय जय गौरनिताय जय गौरनिताय
Jaya Gauranita, Jaya Gauranita, Jaya Gauranita, Jaya Gauranita.
जय पंचतत्व जय पंचतत्व जय पंचतत्व जय पंचतत्व
Jaya Pancha Tattva, Jaya Pancha Tattva, Jaya Pancha Tattva, Jaya Pancha Tattva.
जय जय प्रभुपाद प्रभुपाद जय प्रभुपाद
Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada.
जय जय गुरुदेव गुरुदेव जय जय गुरुदेव
Jaya Jaya Gurudev, 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 Jaya Jaya Gurudev.
नित्य गौर हरि बोल नित्य गौर हरि बोल
Nitai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaura Hari Bol.
हरिनाम संकीर्ति यज्ञ की
जय।
जगत गुरु शील प्रभुपाद की
जय।
कोटि भक्त वृंद की जय
Jai.
हरे कृष्णा
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhuji and Mataji. Very beautiful kirtan. Very nice.
you, Prabhu.
Thank you so much.
कृष्णा
Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Okay, so we shall move to the next part. It is the Guru Vandana by Vishal Mataji. Hare Krishna, Vishal Mataji. Would you like anyone to respond along with you?
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Yes, Prabhu. Anybody can.
Adi-lila, Meena Mataji, want to do it?
Yes.
Meena Mataji will do it.
Okay, thank you.
When you're ready, Mataji.
Yes, yes.
Let's put it up. Yes, Mataji, when you're ready, please.
Okay. Shri Guru Charana Padma Kevala Bhakati Sadma Shri Guru Charana Padma Kevala Bhakati Sadma Bandha
सावधान माते बंधु मोहि सर्वधन माटे जहर प्रसादे पाए ये भवतुरिया जाई जहर प्रसादे भाई ये भवतुरिया जाई कृष्ण प्राप्ति होई जहाँ होइते कृष्ण प्राप्ति होई जहाँ होइते श्री गुरु मुख पद्म वाक्य चितते कोरिया यज्ञ श्री गुरु मुख पद्म वाक्य चितते कोरिया क्या आशा हरना कोरियो मने आशा श्री गुरु चरणे रते ऐसे उत्तम गति श्री गुरु चरणे रति ऐसे उत्तम गति जे प्रसाद पूरे सर्व आशा 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 चक्षुदान दिलो जय जन्मे जन्मे प्रभु से चक्षुदान दिलो जय जन्मे प्रभु से दिव्य ज्ञान हृदय प्रकाशित दिव्य ज्ञान हृदय परिचय प्रेम भक्ति जहाँ से अविद्या विनाश जाते प्रेम भक्ति जहाँ होते अविद्या विनाश होते वेद गाय जहाँ रचरित वेद गाय जहाँ रचरित श्री गुरु करुणा सिंधु अगम जनार बंधु श्री गुरु चरुणा सिंधु अधम जनार बंधु लोकेनाथ लोकेरा जीवन लोकेनाथ लोकेरा जीवन महाप्रभु करो दया देह मोरे पद छाया महाप्रभु करो दया देहो मोरी पद छाया इबिचास गुरु त्रिभुवन इबिचास गुरु सुख त्रिभुवन इबिचास गुरु त्रिभुवन इबिचास गुरु त्रिभुवन श्रीला प्रभुपाद पतित पावन श्रील प्रभुपाद पतित पावन गुरुदेव लैलो शरण गुरुदेव लेलो शरण जय जय प्रभुपाद 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 जय जय प्रभुपाद जय जय प्रभुपाद 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 जय जय प्रभुपाद जय जय गुरुदेव 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 जय जय गुरुदेव जय जय गुरुदेव 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 जय जय गुरुदेव।
प्रभुपाद की जय।
जय।
थैंक यू प्रभु।
Thank you, Mataji. Usha Mataji and Meena Mataji. It's a very beautiful Guru Vandana. Thank you so much. Okay, so we shall move on to the next part. That is the Mangala Charan by Adi-lila Mataji. Hare Krishna, Adi-lila Srimati Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Hare Krishna, Dandavat Pranam. Oh,
ఇప్పుడు क्या चाह
shall I start, Prabhuji?
Yes, Mataji. Yes,
Okay,
please.
thank you. Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnananjana-shalakaya Chakshur-unmritam Yena Tasmai Shri-Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya-manobhishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri-Guru Shri-Yutpad-kamalam Shri-Gurun Vaishnavamscha श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगना रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सहगना ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितंश्च हे कृष्णा करुणा सिन्धु जन दीनबन्धु जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कान्ता राधा कान्ता नमस्तुते तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वञ्चाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धु भवेत् च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैता गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्ता वृंदा हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 रामा राम राम हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 रामा राम राम हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 रामा राम राम हरे 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 कृष्णा थैंक यू
We also like to do the Prabhupada Pranati Mataji.
Okay, Prabhuji. Uh, no, नमा ॐ विष्णुपदाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्ति वेदान्ता स्वामिन्निति नामिने नामस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी पाश्चादेशतारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंदा श्री अद्वैता गदाधर शिवासादि गौरा भक्ता वृंदा हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 रामा राम राम हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 रामा राम राम हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 रामा राम राम हरे 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 कृष्णा दंडवत प्रणाम
Hare Krishna.
थैंक यू
Very beautiful Mataji. You did very nicely singing.
थैंक यू
I would like you to sing Mataji. So now Sangha. So we will have the Kirtan evenings on Wednesday. So we would like to hear you if you get a chance to join.
Sure, Prabhuji, I will try. On the Wednesday, I have a mentee meeting as well. So, but whenever I can, I will try. Sure.
Yeah, sure, Mataji.
Okay. Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Dhandavat pranam.
Okay, so that is Mangalacharan phase, and then we move to the Premajani phase. So Premajani phase by let's just check it by Asha Mataji. Hare Krishna, Asha Mataji. And I request Mataji, when you are doing until you would be doing until key. So in every this one, every line, and then all devotees follow behind with the Jaya. Okay, so thank you so much, Mataji. And the devotees, wherever it is possible, kindly respond with Jaya. Okay. Yes, Mataji, when you are ready.
जय नित्य लीला प्रविष्ट ओम विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्रजाचार्य अष्टोत्तर Sri Srimad His Divine Grace Srila A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaja Prabhupada Ki
Jai.
Jai.
Jai Om Vishnupada Paramahamsa Parivrakacharya Ashtotra Stada Sri Srimad Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaja Prabhupada Ki
Jai.
Jai.
Ananda Godi Vaishnava Vrinde Ki
Jai.
Jai.
Namacharya Haridasa Thakura Ki
Jai.
Jai.
ISKCON founder Acharya Srila Prabhupada की
Jai.
Jai.
प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद जय अद्वैत गणधारा श्रीवाक्षारी गौरभक्त वृंदे की
Jai.
श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण गोपा गोपीनाथ श्याम कुंड राधा कुंड गिरि गोवर्धन की
Jai.
Jai.
वृंदावन धाम की
Jai.
मथुरा धाम की
Jai.
Jai.
नवदीप धाम की
Jai.
Jai.
जगन्नाथ पुरी धाम की
Jai.
गंगा माई की
Jai.
यमुना माई की
Jai.
तुलसी देवी की
Jai.
Jai.
भक्ति देवी की
Jai.
Jai.
संकीर्तना यज्ञ की
Jai.
Jai.
बृहद मृदंग की
Jai.
Jai.
समवेद भक्त वृंद की
Jai.
Jai.
गौर प्रेमानंदे
Hari
Hari
Hari.
Hari Bol.
all glories to the assembled devotees
Hari Krishna.
all glories to the assembled devotees
Hari
Krishna.
all glories to Sri Guru and Gauranga.
All glories.
Srila Prabhupada.
Jai.
Okay. Thank you so much, Asha Mataji. Very beautifully led this Prema prayers. Thank you so much. Okay, so with that one, we have come to the end of this Mangalacharan prayers. And then now we shall move to the next Chaitanya Charitamrita. Okay, so in the Chaitanya Charitamrita, in the last session, we have got until 45 shlokas covered. Okay, so today we are going to start with the 46th shloka. So just to recap, in the past 45th shloka, so Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami was stressing the importance of the spiritual master. So Yajjapi Amara Guru Chaitanya Radhasa Tatapi Jani Ami Tahara Prakasha. Likewise, he is describing from the 46th shloka is, although I know that my spiritual master is a servitor of Sri Chaitanya, I know him also as a plenary manifestation of the Lord. So Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami's spiritual master is? Can anyone say who is the spiritual master of Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami? We're already in the 45 shloka, so we have heard number of times in the past sessions? Anyone would like to say? Or you want me to call the devotees names? Okay, so here in the beginning, when he was glorifying all the Panchatattva, at that time he was mentioning Nityananda Prabhu as well. So is the Nityananda Prabhu is the spiritual master of Krishna Das Kaviraj Goswami, that we could see in which shloka we see that one. When he was describing about Nityananda Prabhu's glories, I think 14th shloka onwards. Different objective benedictions. And then further next verses, spiritual master Nityananda Prabhu. There it is also there. Okay, so in the previous shlokas, mantra guru ara yata siksha guru ganat ahara charane age kariye vandana. So these are all he is offering his obeisances to all the gurus. What is that shloka number? Yes, shloka number 40. Shloka number 40. So here, Nityanandaraya Prabhura Swarupa Prakasha Tahara Pada Padma Vando Yara Munidasa. So here, Shri Nityanandarama is the plenary manifestation of the Lord and have been initiated by him. So Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami is initiated by Nityananda Prabhu. So I therefore offer my respectful obeisances unto his lotus feet. Okay, so he is offering his obeisances to the spiritual masters. Okay, so in that sequence, he is giving the importance, stressing the importance of the spiritual masters. So in the 45 shloka, he was mentioning that according to the deliberate opinion of all revealed scriptures, the spiritual master is not different from Krishna. Lord Krishna in the form of spiritual master delivers his devotees. So this until this point, I think in the last session, Vrinda Vilasini Mataji was describing and explaining to our Sangha. And got a chance to hear about Mataji's lecture. Okay, so we shall continue with the 46th sloka onwards. Okay, before we start, we shall do some Chaitanya Charitamrita prayers. Okay, shall we all do the Chaitanya Charitamrita prayers all together? If you're all happy, and kindly unmute, and we all do together. Okay. Or you want me to do lead and you all follow behind me?
Yeah, you can follow behind you.
Okay, Mataji. Okay, so before we start, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate
Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate
Devaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Okay, thank you. So I do line by line. You all follow behind. Vande Guru Nisha Bhaktan
Vande Guru Bhakta
Isham Ishavataраkan
Isham Ishavadarathan
Tat Prakasham Cha Tatjaktihi
Tat Prakasham Tatchaktihi
Krishna Chaitanya Sanyakam
Krishna Chaitanya Sanjagam
Vande Sri Krishna Chaitanya
Vande Sri Krishna Chaitanya
Nityananda Sahoditau
Nityananda Sahodidau
Gaudodaye Pushpavantau
Gaudodaye Pushpavantau
Chitrau Sandhau Tamonudhau
Chitrau Sandau Tamonidu
Yad Advaitam Brahmopanishadi Tadapyasya Tanubha
Yat Advaitam Brahmopanishadi Tat Abhidvaitam Bhava
Yatmantaryami Purusha iti Soshamsha Vibhavaha
Ya Antaryami Purusha Iti So
Tadaishwaryaihi Purno Yeha Bhagavan Sasvayam
Sadaishware Purushoya Iha Bhagavan Swayam Aham Aham
Na Chaitanyat Krishna Jagati Paratatvam Paramiha
Na Chaitanya Krishna Jagadi Paratatvam
Anarpita Chadim Chirat Karunayavatin Kalau
Anapirachari
Samarpitum Bunnutodhvalarasam Subhakti Shriyam
Samapratiyam Rasam Swabhakti Shriyam
Harihi Purta Sundra Dyuti Kadamba Sandipitaha
Harihi Purda Sundara Kadamba Sandhivada
Sada Hridaya Kandare Spuratu Vakshati Nandanaha
Sada Hridayakandare Sachinandanaha
Radha Krishna Pranaya Vikritihi Ladini Sektirasmad
Radha Krishna Pranaya Viti Shakiri Ashma
Ekatmanau api bhuvi pura deha vedam gatau tau
Ekatmanau Abhi Bhuvi Pura Kadau Tau
Chaitanyakyam prakatamadhana tadbhayam chaikyamaptam
Chaitanyakyam
Nandam
prakatam aduna tadaivam chaikyam
Aptam
Radha bhadyuti sulitam naumi Krishna swarupam
Radha
Radhavaditi
Bhavati
Swarlitam Naumi Krishna
Krishna
Swarupam
Swamam
Shri Radhayaha pranaya mahima kidrusho vanayaiva
Shri Radha
Radhaya
Prana
Mahima
Mahima
Kidrusho
Prana
Vanayaiva
Swadhyo yenadbhutamadirimā kidrusho va madīyaha
Swadyo Yena Bhuta Madhurima
Madhurima
Kidrusho
Kidruma Madi
Saukyam chasya madanbhavatah kidrusham veti lobhat
Saukyam Chasya Madanbhavata Kidrisham Veti Lopat
Veti Lopa
Sadbhavadyah samajani sachigarbha sindhu harinduhu
तद्भावद्येन समजने सचिगर्भसिन्धौ हरिन्दौ
पंचतत्वात्मकं कृष्णं भक्तरूपा स्वरूपकं
पञ्चतत्त्वात्मकं कृष्णं भक्तरूपस्वरूपकम्
भक्तावतारं भक्ताख्यं नमामि भक्तशक्तिकम्
भक्तावतारं भक्ताख्यं नमामि भक्तसात्विकं सात्विकम्
जय जय श्री चैतन्य जय नित्यानंद
जय जय श्री
चैतन्य
चैतन्य
जय
जय नित्यानंद
जय द्वैत चंद्र जय गौर भक्त वृंद
जय अद्वैत चंद्र जय गौर भक्त
भक्तवृन्द
नमो महावदान्याय
नमो
नमो
महावदन्याय
महावदन्याय
कृष्ण प्रेम प्रदायते
कृष्ण प्रेम प्रदायते
कृष्णाय कृष्ण चैतन्य
कृष्णाय
कृष्णाय
कृष्ण
कृष्ण
चैतन्य
चैतन्य
नाम्ने गौरत्विषे नमः
नाम्ने गौरत्रिषे
गौरत्रिषे
नमः
नमः
कृष्णवर्णं त्रिषा कृष्णं
कृष्णवर्णं
कृष्णवर्णं कृष्णं
कृष्णम्
साङ्गोपाङ्गास्त्रपाशदम्
साङ्गोपाङ्गस्त्रपाशदम्
साङ्गोपाङ्गस्त्रपार्षदम्
यज्ञैः सङ्कीर्तनप्रायैः
यज्ञैः सङ्कीर्तनप्रायैः
यजन्ति हि सुमेधसः
यजन्ति हि
यजन्ति
सुमेधसः
सुमेधसः
सुवर्णवर्णो हेमाङ्गो
स्वर्णवर्णो
हेमाङ्गो
हेमाङ्गो
वराङ्गश्चन्दनाङ्गदी
वराङ्गचन्दनाङ्गदी
वराङ्गदाङ्गदी
सन्न्यासकृत्यमः
सन्न्यासकृत्समाश्चान्तो
निष्ठा शान्तिपरायणः
निष्ठा
शान्तिपरायणः
शान्तिप्रयाणः
मूकं करोति वाचालं
मूकं करोति
करोति वाचालं
वाचालं
पङ्गुं लङ्गायते गिरिं
पङ्गुं लङ्कायते गिरिं
यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे
यत्र
यत्कृपातम् अहं वन्दे
परमानन्दमाधवम्
परमानन्दमाधवम्
आनन्दमाधवम्
श्रीगुरुं दीनतारिणम्
श्रीगुरुं दीनतारिणम्
श्रीकृष्णचैतन्यमीश्वरम्
श्रीकृष्ण चैतन्य ईश्वरम्
ईश्वरम्
Thank you so much. Devotees, very beautifully recited. Okay, so that is Chaitanya Charitamrita. We keep reciting this, then we will be familiar with all these things. Okay, so many devotees would be doing reciting these shlokas before they start Chaitanya Charitamrita. Okay, so
Hare Krishna Prabhu, sorry to interrupt. Prabhu, it's very nice that you have written all the prayer in a file. So can you please share it in the Sangha also so that some of the words are difficult, like we get stuck, so that we can get more fluent with it?
yes, Mataji.
Okay. Later, I mean.
Yes,
Hare
yes.
Krishna.
Yeah,
Hare
I-
Krishna.
Okay, so we shall move to the next Chaitanya Charitamrita, Adi-lila, chapter 1 and verse number 46. This is very, very important shloka. Krishna speaks to Uddhava when Uddhava was inquiring about the Varnashrama Dharma and all that stuff, about the spiritual knowledge. So Krishna says this one about the spiritual master. So that Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami is including here. So in the previous shloka he was mentioning what he was mentioning, according to the deliberate opinion of all revealed scriptures, the spiritual master is non-different from Krishna. Lord Krishna in the form of the spiritual master delivers his devotees. Okay, so that is the Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami's statement. Because he understands all the scriptures. That's why when he speaks something, so he speaks the essence of it. This is the Sarangamiva Sarabhuk. Sarangamiva Sarabhuk. Essence of who knows the essence. He quotes in the very few words. So whatever he speaks, he quotes from the scriptural references. That is the scriptural reference. It is coming from the Srimad Bhagavatam. By Krishna Das Kaviraj Goswami saying Krishna is not different from the spiritual master, Lord Krishna in the form of the spiritual master. Okay, so that one. So we go in the standard format. I request the devotees follow line by line behind me, and then later on you all take turns to recite this shloka. Acharyam mam vijaniyat
आचार्यं
आचार्यं मां
विजयानीयं
विजानीय
na avamanyeta kadhichit
नावमन्येत
मन्येत
कदाचित्
कर्हिचित्
na matya bujya asuyeta
न मत्स्येत
सूयेत
sarvadeva mayo guruhu
सर्वदेवामयो गुरुः
acharyam mam vijaniyat
आचार्यं
Vijaya.
na avamanyeta kadhichit
न
Manyeta
मन्येत
चेत्
na matya bujya asuyeta
न मत्स्येत असूयेत
sarvadeva mayo guruhu
सर्वदेवामयो गुरुः
acharyam mam vijaniyat
Acharya Mam
विजायेत
na avamanyeta kadhichit
Navamanyeta Karichit
कदाचित्
na matya bujya asuyeta
Namatya Budhya
सूयेत
Asuyeta
sarvadeva mayo guruhu.
सर्वदेवामयो गुरुः
Okay, very beautiful. So can I request the devotees to recite this shloka one by one from the alphabetical order, please. Starting with Asha Mataji, please.
आचार्यं मां विजयनीयान् नव नव च नमान्यते कर्हिसित् नमाच बुद्धियेय सुयेत सर्वदेवा मयो गुरुः Sorry, Prabhu.
Very nice, Mataji. Acharyam mam vijaniyat na avamanyeta karhichit na matya buddhya asuyeta sarvadeva mayo guruhu. So there are some words. Na, this is na avamanyeta karhichit na matya buddhya asuyeta. Asuyeta is a jealousy kind. Buddhya is the intelligence. Sarvadeva mayo guruhu. Here vijaniyat, this is whenever we split the word, stop that line. So it will be vijaniyat. N will be replaced by T. So that's why Acharya mam vijaniyat na avamanyeta karichit na matya buddhya asuyeta sarvadeva mayo guruhu. Okay, so that way recitation comes. Would you like to try Asha Mataji once again?
Acha, sorry, Prabhu, can I try it at last?
Yeah, sure, Mataji. Okay, Gaurige Mataji, please.
हरे कृष्ण प्रभु जी आचार्य मम विजानीयत् नभामन्यता कर्हिचित् न मर्या बुद्धया सूयेता सर्वदेवा मयो गुरुः हरे कृष्ण प्रभु जी
Very nice, thank you, Mataji. I will also include Bengali translation if it helps. Of course, okay, so can I request next Indaleka Mataji, please?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Acharya mam vijaniyan navamanyeta karhichid namartya buddhya siyate sarvadeva mayo guruhu. Hare Krishna.
Very beautiful. Thank you, Mataji. Next, Meena Mataji, please.
Hare Krishna. Acharyamam vijanmanyam namayam anyanta karichit namatya buddhaya yata sarvadeva mayo guruhu.
Very nice. Thank you, Mataji. Next, Prabhavati Sakhi Mataji, please.
आचार्यं मां विजानीयात् न अवमान्येत कर्हिचित् नामर्त्य बुद्ध्य असूयेत सर्वदेव मयो गुरुः.
Very beautiful. Thank you, Mataji. Next, Rasli Lakshmimati Mataji, please.
Hare Krishna. Acharyam mam vijanīyan navamanyeta karhichit namartya buddhya asuyeta sarvadeva mayo guru.
Very beautiful. Thank you, Mataji. Next, Sanchita Mataji, please.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Acharyam mam vijanīyan na avyameyata karhichit namartya buddhya asuyeta sarvadevo mayo guruhu. Hare Krishna.
Very beautiful. Do you have Palla Prabhuji, Mataji?
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Pali Prabhu is there, but I mean, he was not there for the whole session, so I don't know whether Pali we can try it.
Bengali.
Bengali today.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Acharjang mang bijaniyannam bamanetta karichit na marta buddhya suyeta sarvadevo mayo guruhu.
Very beautiful. Very nice, Prabhuji. Thank you so much. Okay, so next, Sridhar Govindas Prabhuji and Supriya Gopal Mataji, please.
Supriya Mataji is out now, Prabhu. I will do myself.
Let's show you.
Acharyam mamam vijayaniyam nava manyate karhichit namritya bhutya suyetham sarvadevo mayo guruhu.
Very nice. Thank you, Prabhuji. Next, Usha Mataji, please.
Yes, Prabhu. Krishna. Acharyam mam vijanīyan navamayeta karhichit namatritya buddhaya suyeta sarvadeva mayo guruhu.
Very nice. Thank you, Mataji. Next, Asha Mataji, please.
Acharya mam vijayam na amanyeta kartisit namacha buddhiya sudeyeta sarvadeva mayo guruhu.
Very beautiful. Thank you, Mataji. Anyone would like to try? So just one more.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. May I try, Prabhuji?
Yes, Mataji. Yes.
Yeah. Acharya mama bijaniyat na abhanyata karhichit namartya buddhiya sweta Sarvadeva Mayo Guruhu.
Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna.
Okay, nice. Thank you, Mataji. Anyone is desperate to pray again? Okay, so thank you so much. So here, the Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami is saying the statement from this is the verse from the 11th canto, 17th chapter, 27th shloka. Acharya mam vijaniyat. So Acharya mam. So Krishna says to Uddhava, O Uddhava, Acharyam mam vijaniyat. Know myself as the spiritual master. One should know. One should know that Krishna is the spiritual master. So, na avamanyeta karihichet. Karihichet means at any point of time. Na avamanyeta, he should not disrespect the spiritual master. Na avamanyeta. Avamanyeta is the call. Sometimes avaman, it is called a avamanyeta karihichet. At any point of time, we should not disrespect spiritual master. And one should say spiritual master is not different from Krishna. Namatya buddhya asuyeta. Namatya buddhya. Matya buddhya is with the idea of his being an ordinary man. This is called matya buddhya. Matya is the matya lokam is this material world. And in this material world, people compare oneself to others. I have been, my body is like this, his body is also like that. Likewise, many people compare with his own body according to his constitution position. That is Matya Buddhya. So, Krishna is saying, Na Matya Buddhya Asuyeta. He should not be having that kind of conception. And he should not have Asuyeta is the jealous or envious towards the spiritual master. Namatya Buddhya Asuyeta. He should not be envious towards the spiritual master. Because Sarvadeva Mayo Guruhu, Sarvadeva, all demigods, and Mayaha, and the spiritual master is the representative. So his body is the, all demigods, they reside in the body of spiritual master. In another way, Sarvadeva Mayo Guruhu, Guruhu, the spiritual master. So once upon a time when Srila Prabhupada was giving this kind of instructions to his disciples in the Western countries. So during that time, one should not always think that he himself as the God. If he's saying that he is a foolish, you should not be taking him as a spiritual master. And later on, when Prabhupada was telling all the devotees that you need to worship the spiritual master like a Krishna. And then immediately the disciples, you previously have said that one should not claim that he is a God. But now you are asking us to worship you, spiritual master, like Krishna. So they have asked, and Prabhupada was very pleased to inquire about that kind of questions. So here he was mentioning, Acharya mam vijaniyat na avamanyeta karihechet na matya buddhya asuyeta sarvadeva mayo guruhu. So here, one should know the Acharya as myself. Myself here means Krishna. And never disrespect him in any way. One should not envy him, thinking him an ordinary man, for he is the representative of all demigods. So likewise, one should not envy him. So Krishna says. And later on, Prabhupada says, one should treat the spiritual master as good as the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Because he is Sarvadeva Mayo Guruhu. This is, and once again, Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Devo Maheshwaraha, Guru Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha. Guru Sakshat Param Brahma, because he gives the spiritual knowledge. Okay, so those statements comes from our scripture injunctions. So here Krishna says to Uddhava. So Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami is saying to us. Okay, so can I request devotees to read the synonyms and translation? And then we have got 9 paragraphs in this purport. So, and first devotee read the synonyms, translation, and first paragraph. Second devotee read second paragraph, and third devotee one more paragraph, fourth devotee, and then fifth devotee, sixth devotee, and then six devotees can take turns. So to read the purport. Okay, can I request volunteers to read the synonyms and translation and first paragraph, please?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, may I try?
Yes, in the Leka Mataji, please.
Hare Krishna, thank you. Acharyam, the spiritual master, Mam, myself, Vidaniyat, one should know, Na avamanyate, one should never disrespect, Karhichit at any time, no, never, Martya Buddha, with the idea of his being an ordinary man, Asuyata, one should be envious, Sarvadeva of all demigods, Mayaha, representative, Guruhu, the spiritual master. Translation. One should know the Acharya as myself and never disrespect him in any way. One should not envy him, thinking him an ordinary man, for he is a representative of all demigods. Purport also, Prabhuji, one paragraph, right?
Yes.
Thank you. Purport by Srila Prabhupada teacher. This is a verse from Srimad Bhagavatam 11.17.27, spoken by Lord Krishna when he was questioned by Uddhava regarding the four social and spiritual orders of society. The Lord was specifically instructing how a brahmachari should behave under the care of a spiritual master. The spiritual master is not an enjoyer or facilitative offered by his disciples. He is a parent. Without the attentive service of his parents, a child cannot grow to manhood. Similarly, without the care of the spiritual master, one cannot rise to the plane of transcendental service. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you.
Thank you. Very beautifully read. Okay, so another devotee, please. Usha Mataji, you want to do the second paragraph?
Yes, Hare Krishna. The spiritual master is also called Acharya or a transcendental professor of spiritual science. The Manu Samhita 2.140 explains the duties of an Acharya, describing that a bona fide spiritual master accepts charge of disciples, teaches them the Vedic knowledge with all its intricacies, and gives them their second birth. The ceremony performed to initiate a disciple into the study of spiritual science is called Apaniti, or the function that brings one nearer to the spiritual master. One who cannot be brought nearer to a spiritual master cannot have a sacred thread, and thus he is indicated to be a Sudra. The sacred thread on the body of a Brahmana, Kshatriya, or Vaishya is a symbol of initiation by the spiritual master. It is worth nothing if worn merely to boast of high parentage. The duty of the spiritual master is to initiate a disciple with the sacred thread ceremony, and after this samskara or purificatory process, the spiritual master actually begins to teach the disciple about the Vedas. A person born a Sudra is not barred from such spiritual initiation, provided he is approved by the spiritual master, who is duly authorized to award a disciple the right to be a Brahmana if he finds him perfectly qualified. In the Vayu Purana, an Acharya is defined as one who knows the import of all the Vedic literatures, abides by their rules and regulations, and teaches his disciples to act in the same way. Hare Krishna.
Good. Now, thank you so much, Mataji. Very beautifully read. Okay, so we shall continue. So another devotee, take a third paragraph, please. We got Saurabh Prabhuji joined. Hare Krishna Prabhuji, thank you so much for joining.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Are you available to read Prabhuji? One paragraph, one paragraph?
I won't be able to read, Prabhu. I can just listen. Thank you.
Sure, Prabhuji, that's fine.
Hare Krishna.
Okay, so can I request Gaurangi Mataji to read the next paragraph?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. Would you like to read the paragraph, Mataji? Small paragraph.
Okay, Prabhuji, I'll try, Prabhuji. Only caught of his immense compassion does the personality of Godhead reveal himself as the spiritual master. Sorry. Therefore, in the dealing of an acharya, there are no activities but those of transcendental loving service to the Lord. He is the supreme personality of Servitor Godhead. It is worthwhile to take shelter of such a steady devotee who is called Asraya Vigraha Asraya Vigraha or the manifestation or form of the Lord of whom one must take shelter. Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, Mataji. Nicely read. Okay, so we shall move on. Can I request another devotee to take a turn to read next paragraph?
Hare Krishna, everybody. Can I read, please?
Yes, Mataji, please.
Thank you. If one poses himself as an acharya but does not have an attitude of servitorship to the Lord, he must be considered an offender, and this offensive attitude disqualifies him from being an acharya. The bona fide spiritual master always engages in unalloyed devotional service to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. By this test, he is known to be a direct manifestation of the Lord and a genuine representative of Sri Nityananda Prabhu. Such a spiritual master is known as Acharya Deva. Influenced by an envious temperament and dissatisfied because of an attitude of sense gratification, mundaners criticize a real Acharya. In fact, however, a bona fide Acharya is non-different from the personality of Godhead, and therefore to envy such an Acharya is to envy the personality of Godhead himself. This will produce an effect subversive of transcendental realization. Hare Krishna. Thank you.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mataji. Okay, so can I request other devotee to take a turn for next paragraph?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Yes.
As mentioned previously, a disciple should always respect the spiritual master as a manifestation of Sri Krishna, but at the same time, one should always remember that a spiritual master is never authorized to imitate the transcendental pastimes of the Lord. False spiritual masters pose themselves as identical with Sri Krishna in every respect to exploit the sentiments of their disciples, but such impersonalists can only mislead their disciples, for their ultimate aim is to become one with the Lord. This is against the principles of the devotional cult.
Thank you, Mataji. Okay, so one more last paragraph. Yes,
Can I
Mataji.
read, Prabhu?
Yes, Mataji, please. Sanchita Mataji.
Oh, okay. Hare Krishna, Prabhu. The real Vedic philosophy is Achinta Bheda Abheda Tattva, which establishes everything to be simultaneously one with with and different from the personality of Godhead. Srila Raghunath Das Goswami confirms that this is the real position of a bona fide spiritual master and says that one should always think of the spiritual master in terms of his independent relationship with Mukunda, Shri Krishna. Srila Jiva Goswami in his Bhakti Sandarbha 213 has clearly explained that a pure devotee's observation of the spiritual master and Lord Shiva as being one with the personality of Godhead exist in terms of their being very dear to the Lord, not identical with him in all respects. Following the footsteps of Srila Raghunath Das Goswami and Srila Jiva Goswami, later acharyas like Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur has confirmed the same truths. In his prayers to the spiritual master, Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur confirms that all the revealed scriptures accept the spiritual master to be identical with the personality of Godhead because he is very dear and confidential servant of the Lord. Gaudiya Vaishnavas therefore worships Srila Gurudev, the spiritual master, in the light of his being the servitor of the personality of Godhead. In all the ancient literatures of devotional service and in the more recent songs of Srila Narottam Das Thakur, Srila Bhakti Vinod Thakur, and other unalloyed Vaishnavas, the spiritual master is always considered either one of the confidential associates of Srimati Radharani or of a manifested representation of Srila Nityananda Prabhu. Hare Krishna, Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Jai. Thank you, Mataji. So it's a very beautiful and a long purport. It is all stressing different scenarios. Prabhupada is explaining here. So this is Uddhava's inquiry. Krishna says this one. Acharya mam vijaniya na avamanyeta karhe chitta. Namatya buddha asuyeta sarvadeva mayo guruhu. So here, and every living entity, it has got a father and mother, but not the spiritual masters. Only the human beings, not even all human beings have got spiritual master. Very few who have got the humbleness. Trunadapi sunichena tarorapi sashnuna amanina manadena kirtaniyaha sada harihi. Who has got that kind of mood. And adato brahma jignasa, who wanted to inquire that transcendental knowledge. Tadviditi pranipatena pariprashnena sevaya. Upadekshintite jnanam jnaninaha tattvadarshinaha. A very serious inquisitive disciple, if he has got to inquire, when he has got a deep desire to know the transcendental knowledge, then automatically Lord arranges that spiritual master goes to that disciple. And the disciple also get the, according to his mood, he will also get the spiritual master. This would happen very rare. But father, mother, brother, and all these families exist in the animal societies also. This is aharidra bhayamaitanam cha samanyam etat pasubhihi naranam. They are all common. So even the father and mother and everything else. So here, getting the spiritual master is very rare. And one should not disrespect at any point of time. If he disrespects means whenever a disciple is initiated by one spiritual master, and by any chance, if he doesn't like him, and if he wanted to quit that spiritual master and go back to another spiritual master would not accept him without proper reasons. And once he loses that kind of position, then he may not get even in the future very easily. So those are the scriptural injunctions. One should not disrespect at any point of time. So here this shloka is spoken by Krishna to Uddhava. So here Lord was specifically instructing how a brahmachari should behave under the care of a spiritual master. He has to render some service to the Susrusha Saradhanasya Vasudeva Kataruchihi and Syan Mahseva Vipraha Punyatidha Nishevanat. So the rendering service to the spiritual master is called Mahatseva, and his lotus feet is like a Punyatidha. So and here bona fide spiritual master. So he should know this code of conduct or the principles how to behave in front of the spiritual master. As soon as we go in front of the spiritual master, we do Dandavat Pranam and recite the shloka for the spiritual master. If you are going to Prabhupada deity and then doing Dandavat Pranam, Namo Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimati Bhakti Vedanta Swamin Iti Namini. If we are going to Jayapatak Maharaj, then we chant that mantra for the spiritual master. And then further, so spiritual master will take care of that disciple very nicely. So he will, once he is pleased, he will give. It is mentioned Anuratanam Shishyanam Putranam Chidyottama Anaprushtamifi Buruyuhu Guruvo Dhenavachalaha. So they are always inclined towards his disciples. And they will give Anaprushtamifi Buruyuhu. So the knowledge which is very secretive knowledge, they will, and which is confidential knowledge, that will be revealed to the disciples. And a spiritual master is not an enjoyer of facilities offered by his disciples. So spiritual master, he is self-satisfied. Generally, he is self-satisfied by his devotional service to the Supreme Lord. He is having a very simple life, high thinking and simple life. And they are not expecting at any condition. Diviva bhuiva mamastavaso narakeva narakantaka prakamam avadhirita saradharavindu marana charanavate marane api chintayami. That position, spiritual master at any point of time, he is not expecting the comforts or facilities offered by his disciples. And here, because he has accepted a disciple and acting like a parent, without nourishing by parent, children cannot have proper health or education and all the further comforts. So likewise, the spiritual master, he gives the spiritual knowledge to his disciples. Comparing like without the attentive service of his parents, a child cannot grow to manhood. Similarly, without the care of the spiritual master, one cannot rise to the plane of transcendental service. So because spiritual master assigns some services to disciples, you do this one seva in the temple, you do this particular seva, likewise, and then because disciple has got a that attention towards the statements of Guru, as soon as he carried out, that will come perfection. That is again, when whatever the statements are coming from the Vaishnava's mouth, if we simply accept it and carry out, we simply agree to it, then automatically Krishna gives that successful results. We simply need to agree for that. If we say that, oh, I'm not in this right mood, or I'm not available to do it, I have got responsibilities at home to do it, my children's and my family, my home, my appointments and work and everything, then that means we are not ready for that to carry out the devotional service. As soon as without saying no, if we simply agree to the yes, then automatically he is in that transcendental plane. Okay, that is the mood. Endeavor is always important. And then further, the spiritual master is also called Acharya. Acharya means first he acharati. Yad jhadacharati shreshtaha tattad devetoro naraha sayat pramanam kurute lokaha tad anuvartate. He is like a model. So first of all, he practices, and then once he is perfect, then only he gives the knowledge to his disciples. Without he practicing, he can, if he says that you do it, means it is a kind of a hypocrisy. He does not follow, but he is asking others to follow, his disciples to follow. So that cannot take effect into the heart of a disciple. But the bona fide spiritual master, first he practices, he follows all the regulative principles, and he has equipped with all the transcendental knowledge. And then he has realized, Jnaninaha Tattvadarshinaha. He has seen the truth, absolute truth. So he is called, that's why Acharya, or a transcendental professor of spiritual science. And Prabhupada is bringing from the Manu Samhita. It explains the duties of an Acharya, describing that a bona fide spiritual master accepts charge of disciples, teaches them the Vedic knowledge with all its intricacies. Intricacies is all going very deep into each and every statement of the Vedic injunctions, and gives them their second birth. This is second birth. Everyone takes birth from the parents, but here second birth is based on the samskara. Based on the samskara, once he gets the qualities as Krishna mentioned in the 16th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, the qualities abhyam sattva samsiddhe jnana yoga vyavastitihi danam dhamasya yajnasya swadhyaya tapajhavam. So in the 16th chapter, so this danam dhamasya yajnasya swadhyaya tapajhavam ahimsatyam akrodha tyagaha shantir apaishinam daya bhuteshvalo luptam madhavam perachapalam tejah kshama drutihi saucham adrohanatimanita bhavanti sampadam daivim abhijatasya bharata. These are the divine qualities, 26 qualities. So whenever a disciple is trying to get all these qualities, then he will be getting ready. Whenever the spiritual master is seeing that he is convinced by the disciple behavior, then he is given this second birth, that is sacred thread ceremony. Okay, and then the ceremony performed to initiate a disciple into the study of spiritual science is called Upaniti, or the function that brings one nearer to spiritual master. The function that brings one nearer to the spiritual master. So that's, if we see in the past, many disciples, they follow always behind the spiritual master, and he accepts very few disciples. Now we are very far away from the India or the Bharat. Here, to get a spiritual master and follow him, it is very difficult, especially for the Grihasthas. So that's why we have to depend on the Vani, the instructions in the sound vibrations. And one who cannot be brought nearer to the spiritual master cannot have a sacred thread, and thus he is indicated to be a Sudra. So here, because he is not trying to cultivate the good qualities or the divine qualities. So because of that, he stays as Sudra. He cannot be given this sacred thread. Okay, the sacred thread on the body of a Brahmana, Kshatriya or Vaishya is a symbol of initiation by the spiritual master. And it is nothing if worn merely to boast of a high parentage. So generally, Brahmana, Kshatriya, and Vaishyas, these three classes are given the sacred thread. But sometimes, because they were born in that family, sometimes they take it, put that thread on their body. It is kind of a boast of high parentage, but it is by samskara, not by the birth. So the duty of the spiritual master is to initiate a disciple with the sacred thread ceremony, and after this samskara or purificatory process, the spiritual master actually begins to teach the disciple about the Vedas. So that means from that point, disciple is determined to engage in cultivating the knowledge and to purify himself to get all the divine qualities. And a person born a Sudra is not barred from such spiritual initiation, provided he is approved by the spiritual master, who is duly authorized to award a disciple the right to be a Brahmana if he finds him perfectly qualified. This is by the qualification. This is again, Krishna says, Chaturvanyamaya Srishtam Guna Karma Vipakashah, based on the Guna and Karma. If the disciple is, even though he is born in the Chandala family, or the Panchama family, Then if he is qualified, then spiritual master can give the sacred thread, saying that he is not barred from such spiritual initiation. So in the Vayu Purana, an Acharya is defined as one who knows the import of all the Vedic literatures, abides by their rules and regulations, and teaches his disciples to act in the same way. So these are very beautiful statements. Okay, I request the dear devotees. So if you have got any questions so far, or if you wanted to share anything at this point of time, kindly share or kindly ask any questions. This is all about the spiritual master and a devotee. So we have got Vaishnava etiquette, which also contains some of the details of this. If no questions, then we shall continue further. And in the third paragraph, Prabhupada is mentioning, only out of his immense compassion does the personality of Godhead reveal himself as a spiritual master. Because when devotee has got that desire, and personality of Godhead reveal himself as the spiritual master. Therefore, in the dealings of an Acharya, there are no activities but those of transcendental loving service to the Lord. Acharya means dealings of an Acharya, there are no activities. All activities are just only transcendental loving service to the Lord. There are no personal activities like the home activities, going to office and working here and there. These are the not activities of Acharya. Only in the loving service to the Lord, like the writing of books about the Lord and printing the books, distributing the books, and offering bhoga to the Lord, cleansing in the sense Acharya would engage all his disciples in those activities. Okay, so and also initially he has practiced and he is giving instructions to his disciples accordingly. And he is the supreme personality of servitor Godhead. So like Balaram. So Balaram is the supreme personality of servitor Godhead, and Krishna is the supreme personality of enjoyer Godhead. That one also we see in the Bhagavatam. And here, spiritual master is representative of Balaram and also Radharani as well, as at the end, Prabhupada mentioned. So Nityananda, he is representative of Balaram or Nityananda Prabhu. So it is worthwhile to take shelter of such a steady devotee who is called Ashriya Vigraha. This is a spiritual master is Ashriya Vigraha, and who has got the mercy of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, or the manifestation or form of the Lord, of whom one must take shelter. So this is why we always take Gopi Bhattu Padakamalayur, Dasanu Dasa. We wanted to be servant of servants, like that, not directly to Krishna. In some others, in the Adi Purana, Krishna says to Arjuna, whoever is saying that I am the devotee of Krishna, they are not actually my devotees. Who are actually saying they are the devotee of servant of my devotees, they're actually my devotees. Likewise, Krishna says. So here, if we take the shelter of such devotees, the spiritual masters, who is also called Ashriya Vigraha, then our life will be successful. Who is coming in the bona fide spiritual succession. Evam parampara praptum imam radhashya viduhu, that evam parampara praptum. And that spiritual master is Ashriya Vigraha. Okay. Any questions or any sharings in this paragraph, dear devotee? Okay, so in that case, we shall move on. In the next paragraph, Prabhupada was explaining about If one poses himself as an acharya but does not have an attitude of servitorship to the Lord, he must be considered an offender. So sometimes we see that he is not engaged in the devotional service to the Lord, but he is acting as a spiritual master. He is posing himself as an acharya. He is an offender, and this offense attitude disqualifies him from being an acharya. And so these are the qualifications. If we are not able to deliver, one cannot become a mother, one cannot become a father, one cannot become a spiritual master, one cannot become a even demigod. If he is not able to deliver his son or his disciple or any person. Likewise, the Sanskrit, the Vedic injunctions gives. And here, it is an offense attitude if he is posing himself as an acharya. The bona fide spiritual master always engages in the unalloyed devotional service to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. By this test, he is known to be a direct manifestation of the Lord and a genuine representative of Shri Nityananda Prabhu. So this is the, he always engages in the unalloyed devotional service. He never expects anything for himself. So who is the genuine representative of Shri Nityananda Prabhu? Such a spiritual master is known as Acharya Deva. Acharya Deva. And influenced by an envious temperament and dissatisfied because of an attitude of sense gratification, mundaners criticize a real Acharya. The mundaners means who are not in the devotional service. And they will just criticize. So he is not working and he is making his disciples also not to work. And they're always depending on others for the money and the comforts like that. They criticize. It is a offense. And in fact, however, a bona fide acharya is non-different from the personality of Godhead. And therefore, to envy such an acharya is to envy the personality of Godhead himself. So this is again, the Lord says, Sadhu Hrudayam Mahyam, Sadhu Nam Hrudayam Tuham Mada. So I am in the heart of all the devotees. Devotees are in my heart. Madanyan, he says that Madanyate Najananti Naham Tebhyo Managapi. I do not know anyone except my devotees. My devotees do not know except myself. Likewise, the Lord says to Durvasa Muni. So that's why here Acharya, bona fide Acharya is not different from the personality of Godhead. So therefore, to envy such an Acharya, or even the Vaishnava also, the pure Vaishnavas, is to envy the personality of Godhead himself. We see that Durvasa Muni and Ambarish Maharaj, that story itself. So this will produce an effect subversive of transcendental realization. Okay, so this is one paragraph. Again, I request dear devotees, if you have got any questions or you wanted to share anything at this point of time, kindly share or kindly ask any questions. Okay, so if there are no questions, so we shall continue. And as mentioned previously, disciple should always respect the spiritual master as a manifestation of Sri Krishna. But at the same time, one should always remember that a spiritual master is never authorized to imitate the transcendental pastimes of Lord. If he is imitating the Lord's pastimes, it becomes again Sahajiya. So that is a real spiritual master, bona fide spiritual master, he will never ever imitate. So here, false spiritual masters pose themselves as identical with Sri Krishna in every respect to exploit the sentiments of their disciples. But such impersonalists can only mislead their disciples, for their ultimate aim is to become one with the Lord. This is against the principles of devotional cult. So devotees, naikatmatami spruhinti kechit. So naikatmatami spruhinti kechit. They do not expect to merge with the Lord at any point of time. Kapil Bhagwan says. And then this is the against the principle of devotional cult. So always in the devotional service, there is a devotee and the Lord. There is a exchange, loving exchange feelings between the devotee and the Lord and the spiritual master and the Vaishnavas. This is all variegatedness. Okay, so this is about this statement. And sometimes somehow of course we have heard about it, but we never get a chance to see such kind of thing. The false spiritual masters who exploit the disciples and imitating Krishna's pastimes. Okay, so that is this paragraph. And the last paragraph, it is again the spiritual master is going to explain Achintya Bheda Abheda Tattva, inconceivable activities of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Achintya Bheda. Bheda is again differences between the living entity and the Supreme Personality of Godhead. We are all Anu. The Supreme Lord is the Vibhu. So in quality, both are of the spiritual, the spirit part, individual soul and the supreme soul, but we are minute and the Lord is the supreme. And that is the Bheda, and Abheda is the quality, Bheda is the quantity. Achintya is inconceivable. So which establishes everything to be simultaneously one with and different from the personality of Godhead. And Srila Raghunath Das Goswami confirms that this is the real position of a bona fide spiritual master and says that one should always think of the spiritual master in terms of his intimate relationship with Mukunda, Sri Krishna. Okay, that is intimate relationship with Mukunda. And then Srila Jiva Goswami in his Bhakti Sandarbha has clearly explained that a pure devotee's observation of the spiritual master and Lord Shiva as being one with the personality of Godhead exists in terms of their being very dear to the Lord, not identical with him in all respects. In the Bhagavatam, we also see Lord Shiva gives instructions to many people. For example, the Prachetas, he gives instructions to Sati Devi and many of those things. So he acts as a like the spiritual master. And Lord Shiva as being one with the Supreme Personality of God exists in terms of their being very dear to the Lord, not identical with him. This statement again in the presence during the Daksha Yajna, during that particular time when the Lord has appeared with 8 hands among that assembly, among that sacrifice, Daksha Yajna, after happening, Daksha's head was chopped off, and then he has got goat head, and then he started continuing that sacrifice later on. Once that sacrifice is about to complete, then Vishnu has appeared with his 8 hands. During that time, he says, Daksha, you should not offend Lord Shiva or Brahma, and also you should not see them different from me. Even though I am the Supreme Personality of Godhead, but we are engaged in the Srishti, Sthiti, Pralaya. So these are the 3 different activities: creation, maintenance, and destruction. So because of that, there is no difference between us, but still I am the Supreme Personality of Godhead. You should not disrespect Brahma and Shiva as well. So that one he mentions. So here, not identical with the Lord in all respects. So following in the footsteps of Srila Raghunath Das Goswami and Srila Jiva Goswami, later Acharyas like Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur have confirmed the same truths. In his prayers to the spiritual master, Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur confirms that all the revealed scriptures accept the spiritual master to be identical with the personality of Godhead, because he is very dear and a confidential servant of the Lord. This is again Yasya Prasadat Bhagat Prasado Yasya Prasadat Nagati Kutopi Jayam Sya Yasastri Sanjam Vande Guru Shri Charanaravindam. So that Samsara morning, early morning, the Mangalarati. So we are starting our day with that, offering our praise to the spiritual master. This is the Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakura. So that is the song. Because he is very dear and confidential servant of the Lord. And Gaudiya Vaishnavas therefore worship Srila Gurudeva, the spiritual master, in the light of his being the servitor of Shri Persona, servitor of the personality of Godhead. And then in all ancient literatures of devotional service and in the more recent songs of Srila Narottama Das Thakura, Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur and other unalloyed Vaishnavas, the spiritual master is always considered either one of the confidential associates of Srimati Radharani or a manifested representation of Srila Nityananda Prabhu. So these are all glories of the spiritual master and how they act, in what potency they act. So they're all the confidential servitors of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. They're the representative of either Nityananda Prabhu or Srimati Radharani. So these are all glories of spiritual master. I request dear devotees, kindly ask any questions if you have got or you wanted to share anything. Kindly share. Indulekha Mataji, would you like to share anything, Mataji, on this?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, thank you so much for telling us about the Guru. You know, we should consider ourselves really fortunate, really lucky to have Gurus. As you said, it is very, very difficult to get a Guru. Gurus are not accepting disciples. I know a Mataji in the Mana, she has been serving for 16 years, yet she hasn't get a Guru. Guru is not accepting. I don't know the reason why, but I cannot tell for myself. You know, I never knew my Guru. He walked to my place. He walked to my place just to reclaim me from this material world. He came to see me because my daughters were studying in UK and they were initiated by him. So he wanted to see the parents of his young disciples. So he walked to my place, and then it's a story, probably. It's a story, real story. So every morning I just look at my Guru. I say, yes, you saved me. I was a businesswoman. I was opulent. I have this, I have that, I have business. And then everything just, Krishna just took everything away. And then I seek shelter at the Guru's feet. So this is amazing sometimes just when I think about it. All we can do is just pray that all those who are aspiring for a Guru, they get initiation. They don't just take initiation for the sake of taking initiation. They take initiation as a Guru, as much as a Guru has got the responsibility of liberating the soul. There's a disciple also has got the responsibility to serve the Guru, because Guru has given second birth, but he has promised to take the disciples to the spiritual world. So the disciples similarly should make sure that they are not offending the Guru. They are not pretending to be that they are greater than the Guru. Because sometimes when some disciples, they get some knowledge. What do? They pretend to be higher than the Guru. So this is wrong. We should not be doing this. Thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you so much. I've got a lot to learn, and from this, whatever you just explained, it's really, really important for us to imbibe in our life. Thank you, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, Mataji. Very nice reflections and pastimes. Thank you so much, Mataji, for sharing those. Okay, any other comments? Shridhar Govindas Prabhuji, Supriya Gopi Mataji. Prabhavati Sachi Mataji.
No, Prabhuji, you have explained very nicely. Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji. Sanchita Mataji, you wanted to add anything?
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. No, Prabhu, just listening. I mean, as we all know, Charitamrita is quite advanced level, so not there yet to comment. So it's a long way to go. I mean, till absorb, listen and absorb, and then maybe one day and share my thoughts. Not yet, Prabhu, but thank you for explaining the whole verse very nicely. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mataji. It is a big shloka. So, Brahmande Brahmate Kona Bhagyavan Jeva Guru Krishna Kripaya Paya Bhakti Lata Bija. So, once we have that mercy of Guru, then we receive the seed of devotional service. And if we nourish it under the care of spiritual master, it grows up to the Goloka Vrindavan until lotus feet of the Lord. Okay, thank you, Mataji. Asha Mataji, wanted to add anything or you want to ask any questions? Usha Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Prabhu, very nice. Just to listen. It really nice. Yes, thank you, Prabhu.
Thank you, Mataji. Amina Mataji, you want to add anything?
No, thank you. Hare Krishna.
Okay, so thank you so much, Mataji. So just try.
Like Indulekha Mataji just mentioned that Guru comes like to us. How that happened? You have to still look for, isn't it?
Yeah, that is how you need to know that is kind of miracles. In our life, we see so many miracles like, oh, I have been doing this one. It couldn't have been possible without this. So that is where the Lord's divine energy intervenes into our life by seeing the deep desire of a devotee. And if the spiritual master is expecting, he is engaging in the devotional service and it was expecting disciples to carry out the instructions of his spiritual master, then automatically disciples will be gathered. So, for example, here Prabhupada was trying to serve his spiritual master very seriously. And because of that, Prabhupada was mentioning to his disciples that my spiritual master Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaj sent so many disciples to me to carry out my spiritual master instructions. You are all helping me. Likewise, Prabhupada was putting tears in his eyes with a deep voice and grave eyes. So that is where we see the divine energy, divine intervention. Does that answer, Mataji?
Yeah, it's very important to have Guru, but miracle happen to some only, not everybody.
Yeah.
Mataji, to get the intervention, we need to have the intention. If you have good intention, Krishna will send, but it takes time. It doesn't come overnight. It takes time. For me also, it took time. It will happen. Don't worry.
Okay.
Okay, so any other questions or reflections? Shri Govindas Prabhuji. Okay, so Prabhuji is not available. Okay, so if there are no questions, and now we are a few minutes past 9 o'clock. This is very important shloka again. Very, very important. Okay, so if you're all happy, we shall move to the next part of our session. Next part of the session. So let's praise by Hemlata Mataji. So Mataji is not available here. Volunteer devotees would like to do the Narsima praise.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, Mataji. And everyone would like to respond with Meena Mataji. Prabhavati Sachi Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Yes, Prabhuji.
Yes, thank you, Mataji. So when you're ready, kindly start the Narsima, please.
Namaste Narasimhaya.
Namaste Narasimhaya.
Prahlad Dayini.
Dayini.
Hiranyakashipurvakshah.
Hiranyakashipurvakshah.
Sinatankalai.
Vinatankanakalaya.
Ito Narsimha Parato Narsimho.
Ito Narasimha Parato Narasimha.
Ito Narsimha Parato Narsimho.
Ito Narasimha Parato Narasimha.
Yato Yato Yamitato Narsimha.
Yato Yato Yamitato Narasimha.
Bahe Narsimha Hridaye Narsimha.
Bahir Narasimha Hridaye Narasimha.
Bahe Narsimha Hridaye Narsimha.
Bahir Narasimha Hridaye Narasimha.
Narsimha Madhim Saranam Prapade.
Narasimha Madim Sharanam Prapate.
Tavakar Kamalavare Nakam Adbhuta Singha Dalita Hiranyakashipu Tanuvringa Keshavadrita Narhari Rupa Jai Jagadish Hare Jai Jagadish Hare. जय जगदीश हरे
तवकर कमलवरे नकाम् अद्भुत शृङ्ग दलिता हिरण्यकशिपु तनुभृङ्गम् केशवधृता नरहरिरूपा जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे
केशवधृता नरहरि रूपा जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे
केशवधृता नरहरिरूपा जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे
जय नरसिंहदेव जय नरसिंहदेव जय नरसिंहदेव जय नरसिंहदेव
जय नरसिंहदेव जय नरसिंहदेव जय नरसिंहदेव जय नरसिंहदेव
जय प्रहलाद महाराज प्रहलाद महाराज प्रहलाद महाराज जय प्रहलाद महाराज
जय प्रहलाद महाराज प्रहलाद महाराज प्रहलाद महाराज जय प्रहलाद महाराज
जय जय प्रभुपाद 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 जय जय प्रभुपाद
जय जय प्रभुपाद 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 जय जय प्रभुपाद
हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल निताय गौरा हरि बोल
हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल निताय गौर हरि बोल
निताय गौरा हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल निताय गौरा हरि बोल
निताय गौर हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल निताय गौर हरि बोल
नरसिंहदेव भगवान की जय
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 प्रहलाद महाराज की जय
जय
निताय गौ प्रेमानंदे
हरि
हरे
हरि
हरे
बोल
हरे कृष्णा
हरे कृष्ण
Thank you so much, Meena Mataji and Prabhat Saki Mataji. Okay, very beautiful Nasima praise. Thank you so much.
Yes, very beautiful. Narsimha Pranam by both Matajis. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Okay, so
Then coming Narasimhadev Jayanti.
Yeah, next Saturday. No, not Sunday, no? Next Sunday.
So like we have done some collection, some like 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 so
Flowers
what
and
we're doing,
Abhishek.
so we're doing Abhishek like
Abhishek
from
and
our
flowers.
from our Oxwick Sangha from
Yes.
here. Okay, what time like
Sorry, Mata.
what time it will be happening?
Not aware, Mataji. To be on the website.
Okay. Okay.
They are here in manner. We I think they do
Evening
for
isn't it?
every year. Normally, I usually go. They do Abhishek from 10 o'clock in the morning. They have a small Narasimha deity, like a small
Yeah.
clay deity. Yeah, they do Abhishek for that. So that's usually from 10, Mataji. But this year I haven't got a chance to check. So
So like but this like we have fasting until like evening, isn't
sun,
it? So,
sunset. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, first till
No,
Fast till, Prabhu?
dusk period, dusk time.
like 7 o'clock or
Yeah, so
evening.
that is sunset, na? Yeah, yeah.
So it like Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, like the same time. So like last time for
So this is
Chaitanya
the
Mahaprabhu, evening we have done like Abhishek. He was so
it's the
no.
schedule, Mataji. This is Narasimha Day, Narasimha Deva appearance, the schedule.
Okay, yeah.
Guru Puja Deity Darshan, drama, and then
Abhishek at 5 p.m., 5:15 p.m.
Yeah, it's evening, isn't it? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
yes.
Because it's normally, yeah, because it fasting until late. So yeah.
There is
Yeah,
again
man. Sorry, Prabhu. Yeah, carry on.
Mataji.
No, Prabhu, please. Yeah, yeah. Sorry.
Just I was mentioning about a yajna, the Narasimha Kavach yajna.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah. That I attended. Yeah, last year. That is from 10 o'clock. Yeah. Sorry, I confused. My apologies. It's from Yagya. Is from that. They have a huge Yagya in the Haveli. Yeah. So that one with like it's very nice. I think if you have not been, please try to go, Mataji. It will be nice. And Abhishek, it's in the evening, so there's a big gap. So either I attend this or that. So I haven't ever got a chance to attend the Abhishek, but it's in the evening. Normally, they say till dusk, but which is around 8 p.m. But because they have to prasad and everything arrange and closing time, so that's why they finish at 7, 6:15 prasadam they do. But at home usually like we do till dusk, so which is this year sunset time is if it's 8 o'clock around 8:30 sunset, then it's 8 o'clock around dusk. I think that time.
Okay.
Thanks. Thank you so much, Mataji, for sharing the subject. Any other things to share? Devotee?
Tomorrow, like it's Birmingham, like Arena, 24-hour kitchen, and
Oh, okay, you are going there. Very beautiful, Mataji. Yes, Dinashrestha Mataji shared some flyer in the group.
yeah.
I think set out your. I think it is today, isn't it, Mataji?
Today and tomorrow, both days.
Birmingham, yeah, this entire weekend, na Prabhu, bank holiday weekend, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. Yeah,
No,
Monday half
Monday.
day I think.
No, Monday. Tomorrow finish.
Oh, is it? Okay, okay.
24 hours story start on Saturday and Sunday finished.
Is it here? Is it Birmingham one, Mataji?
Yes, in Birmingham.
Oh,
Yeah,
so I
going
think they have
tomorrow.
reduced because earlier it used to be 2 days, na?
Yeah, it's 2 days, like Saturday and Sunday.
So today and tomorrow.
So start today morning and like tomorrow evening, like it's finished.
Okay, okay.
So thank you so much, Mona Mataji. Since Mataji for sharing those updates.
Hope you have a nice time, Mataji, enjoying the Kirtan. You're very lucky to go there.
Yeah, like Himlata Mataji and Ola will be there. We can meet up.
Oh, okay. Who is going here? Yourself?
And you Mataji and Himlata Mataji. That's the like Sita
Sita
Mataji.
Sundar.
Yeah.
Oh, she's also going?
Yeah, I think, yeah.
Okay. So you'll start in the morning?
Yeah. And Dina Mataji.
Dina sister.
Yeah, there was other Mataji came with her. She's coming with us tomorrow. And what's her name? I forget. Kanchi or Kanchi?
Kanchan.
Yeah, Kanchan. Yeah, she's coming with us tomorrow.
You'll be going by train, all of you, or bus?
Yeah, my husband is taking. I don't have car accident, so yeah, my husband is taking us.
Who is? Oh, okay. Have a nice time, blissful time. Yeah.
Thank you.
And send some pictures and videos, like if you can, on the Sangha.
Okay, yeah.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mataji. And also, Mataji, we have got Meena Mataji's home house and those pictures. Would you like to share? Are we allowed to share in the group? Just to
Yes,
share.
Prabhu. Yeah. I mean, just shared. I mean, I didn't know. So you can share, or Meena Mataji can share. That's not a problem. No problem. So I just sent it to you and Mataji. So whatever you want to do, you can do.
Yeah, Meena Mataji, if you are happy, we can share.
Yeah, I have no problem. Thank you. Yes, Prabhuji.
Okay, thank you, Mataji. Okay, so they do this. So now we are
Let's all please say it. I mean, sorry, apologies. We started chatting. Please say, let's all unmute and please say three loud Hari Bols to Prabhu, like for, amazing katha and, his time all this while. Yeah. Hari Bol. Hari Bol. Hari Bol.
Hari Bol to all the dear devotees. So you're all sincere devotees. So that is how it happens. There's nothing in our hands. It is not all the Lord's arrangement. Okay, so we still continue this our sangha with all our endeavors.
And thank you to Prabhapati Mataji for taking the initiative to arrange and ask everyone. She normally sends messages for each week for service and all. So behind also, like, there's so much which goes on patiently. So really appreciate your endeavors, Mataji. So three loud Hari Bols to you as well. Hari
Hari
Bol.
Bol. Hari Bol.
Hari Bol.
Hari Bol.
Well, because of all your endeavor also, Mataji, you all are so busy, but still, you never say no, no, no. You're always happy to, all of you try to help. That's one thing. And I get to, talk to devotees, it's nice. I really like it. I mean, otherwise, we don't have any kind of association. We just come in the Sangha. It's nice also to have communication, have associate with devotees. Personally, associate. Very nice. Thank you all so much. Yeah, all of you are so very kind and always. If you cannot, you give the reason, and and Sanchita Mataji, you are always so good, and all of you are so good. Thank you so much. Yeah, and definitely it's all coming from Prabhuji. He's the one, encouraging and inspiring us.
Yeah.
Yeah, all of us. Learning from you, Prabhuji. Thank you so much. Yeah.
But whenever we approach devotees, so many experiences we see. Okay, we also understand based on the responses whether they're available or busy or they have got something else behind going on. Likewise, we understand later on once we get used for it. Immediately we understand the sense of the devotee's heart. Those things that is called uh, deep association with the devotees. It is very nice experiences. Okay, so it takes more time to engage and asking for the time, allocating and sending messages. Okay, thank you so much, Mataji. Okay, it's very wonderful. If you are happy, then we shall conclude our session for tonight and see you tomorrow morning for Japa session at 5:30 a.m. And tomorrow, Sunday, we will continue with Ramayana. Okay, so for now, Avanchakalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya eva cha Paritanam Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah Ananta Koti
Vaishnavi ki jai,
Jai
Prabhupada ki jai.
Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Hare Krishna.
Hare
Thank you,
Krishna.
everyone.
And
Hare Krishna.